everybody? It's your boy Tony 2 Cents 17. I'm down here at Good Bar with the beautiful Luci with an I. Say hi, everybody. Luci.
Hi, everybody.
She just did a live performance down here, and let me tell you one thing. You definitely know how to perform in front of people. You're definitely not shy. You definitely don't care what anyone thinks, which is good. You're going to do you regardless, and you're a very talented young woman.
Thank you.
I want to applaud you for that. Just a little golf clap. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. If I'm not mistaken, you were born and raised. You were born in Peru.
Yeah.
But you moved here when you were like 4, right?
Yeah.
And where'd you move to from Peru?
So I spent the most of my childhood in Texas.
Texas.
Yes, Fort Worth and San Antonio. San Antonio, the bulk of my childhood, and then lived in Arkansas for a bit. Lived in Kentucky for part of middle school through high school, and then I went to college in Oklahoma, where I met my husband.
Nice.
And we had 2 of our kids there.
Okay.
And then we moved to Nashville, Tennessee.
So basically, a tornado picked you guys up and moved you to Nashville? Is that what happened?
Pretty much.
Pretty much?
Pretty much. The tornado was a deployment to Kyrgyzstan. Yeah. But,
a little bit different from the
like
Wizard of
you
Oz.
said, a little different. Yeah, a little different. But yeah, we spent a couple years
you got
in
the red
Nashville.
shoes just like Dorothy.
I do have the red shoes. That is a very good observation.
Yeah. Okay, attention.
So then that's really where I started to tap into more of the Latin music side of my style.
Well, you being Latin, you should definitely want to put that into it.
Yeah.
Also, when did you start singing? Like, when did you first start singing? And when did you realize you actually could sing? Unlike people like me who's just singing in the car, in the shower, like in a karaoke. I'm not going to make a living from singing, that's for sure. So if I can't do this, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So when did you first start singing? And when did you realize this is something you wanted to do? And when did you start writing music?
So I started singing. I mean, I remember singing as far back as I can remember. I was singing. So we have 4 kids, and my third kid is 4 years old right now, and she is just like me. When she would just randomly break out into song,
so full of
top
energy
of her
and
lungs. But she's way more free than I was, because I grew up in a very conservative home where we weren't allowed to dance or like listen to secular music or any of that stuff.
Yeah, I know how it is.
And yeah, so I started singing at that age, and I like my safe haven was basically Disney music, Disney songs.
It's safe too.
Yeah, and I could do that. You know, I was allowed to do that. Yeah, but I started writing songs when I was a teenager, and started performing more Latin music when I was, in Nashville. That was 2010. Released my debut EP, Live It Up, and then did that, for a couple of years. Moved to LA to pursue the music career, and then I decided to take a break.
Yeah, so brought you down to San Diego, kind of like raise the family. Raise the family,
we
do
had
the
a
mom
couple more
thing, kind of,
kids.
and come to little bars like this and still perform.
Well, this all came out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't know. If you would have asked me 6 months ago or 7 months ago in December if I was going to be performing, I would be like, hell no.
Oh,
no.
Really?
Yeah.
So what brought this back into your life then? Because I guess you stopped for a little bit then?
It was almost 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So basically, since you've been out here, you've just been a mom, raising the kids.
Yeah, I started a brand.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. I even started a brand for moms. Sexy Mama Movement. Yeah.
Nice.
I wrote a few books.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I got into coaching. I got a coach. I still do. Coach.
Like life coaching or sports coaching?
No, like life and business and relationship.
Oh, nice.
And so I got like deep into the entrepreneur world, and music was just not on my radar because I was so burnt out before. Like it had been my lifelong thing. I put all my identity into it. And then in early 2013, I officially was like, I'm just gonna take a break. And I got into acting too. I got into commercials and modeling, more fitness training. And I just did that. I just did that.
No, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm proud to say that I'm glad you came back into the music because you definitely have a beautiful voice. You definitely know how to perform, and we need more people like that. And I'm sure that there's a lot more people out there that they want to do what you do, but they're scared to. So let me ask you, for people out there that are like that, give them some positive words and encouragement. To not be scared and go out there and do the thing just like you did the thing.
Oh my God. So the biggest thing, I'm going to tell you, during that break, I got to say this. I had a lot of shit that I went through. I had an autoimmune disorder that just took over my body. My husband went through 2 years of a disability, depression, just complete hell, just a lot of stuff, a lot of shit. and I had to make a decision if I was going to be a victim to that or if I was going to grow through that and learn more about myself. And what do I want? Yeah, and so that really created this extra resilience in me and more clarity about what it is that I want in my marriage and my family, with my kids, with myself, like with my business. And there is this one thing that I really trust myself to do, and that is to follow the inspiration. It takes guts to do that, man. Like,
definitely.
It's hard. But when you hear that inside voice, it's like, I'll do this. If it doesn't scare the shit out of you and also excite you, then it's probably not that little inner, still small
voice. It's not the right voice, and you
That's not the one. If it's the voice of fear, the voice of doubt, the voice of like, I'm the voice of reason here.
That means you should definitely do it.
Yeah. So it's really, it's just owning who we are fully.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what my
100%.
process has been. No shame, no guilt, like no like nothing in the darkness. Just like, hey, this is who the fuck I am.
Fuck what anybody thinks. It's gonna be my way. I'm gonna do it this way. This is the music I got. This is how I'm gonna dance. This is
how I feel. This is what I want to say. This is what I've been through. This is what I want to share. And this whole thing that I'm building with this brand, with my music, is about unleashing that, like owning our full self.
That inner Latin beast that's inside of
inner
you.
savage. Yes.
Bring that South American flavor to North America.
Yeah.
There we go. Peruvian food is really good, by the way.
It is good. It is good, right?
So next time when you come by the studio, definitely I'll take some ceviche. That'll work for me.
Yeah. Sorry, he's like, you know.
All right. So what is one thing that you're scared of? What's one of your fears, if you have any?
I have many fears.
What's your worst
And my biggest fear. I want to hear something crazy. Before this album was big, as this album was developing, I had a dream for 4 nights in a row about specific fears, like very vivid. It's like my subconscious mind was like, we got to deal with this shit right now. Yeah. One of my biggest fears is that like I will put everything into this, and it will just not be enough, and I'll lose everything that I care about along the way, especially my relationships. But I gotta say though, I mean, as soon as I acknowledged that fear and I was like vocal about it, it's like that was no longer holding me like in shame or like in the darkness. I was just like, this is what the fuck it is.
It's almost
now
like,
what am I gonna do?
It's almost like an addict who's trying to get sober. Their first step is to admit defeat, basically.
Always the
they're
first
an
thing,
addict.
acknowledge
so
it.
basically the same thing, acknowledge it, push through it, knock down that door, and then don't worry about it.
Yeah, and then it's out there, you can get support, you can get accountability, you can get like, hey, what's going on with you? And my husband is the biggest support in that, because he's always like, what's really going on in here, you know?
Definitely.
So, yeah, that's a big thing.
Well, we're going to wrap up here. I want to thank you, number one, for taking the time out of your business. Obviously, you got 4 kids, you got the husband, you got the music, you got books that you write. You're definitely a busy woman. There's probably definitely not enough minutes in a day for you. You probably wish there was about 4 extra hours every day, maybe like 3 extra days in a week.
I wish I could sleep 2 hours a night, you know, or none.
Yeah, none, right?
That'd be amazing.
Sleep's overrated. We'll see when we die. Right?
I tried that for 4 months. I was fucking tired.
But I definitely want to thank you for coming out, and I wish you the best of luck. We'll definitely be here to help and support you. You're definitely a talented young woman, and I look forward to seeing you at another live event.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank everybody at home for watching. Thank you. Definitely check this girl out. This young lady right here. She's definitely talented. She's definitely going to be on one of them big name stations one of these days. Shakira, watch your back. I think this one got some moves too. Alright? So I want to thank everybody at home for watching. Definitely check out this young lady. She's definitely very talented. I'm Tony 2 Cent Sabatino. I got a new friend here, Luci with an I, Luci. Definitely check her out. And this is
Celeb Watch,
where you can watch the rise of your favorite celebrity stars. Hey, thank you for coming out, sweetheart. I appreciate
so
it.
much.
You got mad talent, girl, alright? Don't worry, I ain't doing nothing but.